D. Welcome back, everyone. It's my quiet little corner of the Andertons video room, where today on Acoustic Paradiso, it's a bit of a treat, for me at least, because we're looking at these little Martins. But before I go any further, don't forget to click like and subscribe, because at 850,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Victory V4 amp pedal, which is going to be great for whoever wins it. And it can be any one of the subscribers. You don't have to be the 850,000 subscriber. But anyway, there's details about that below. Let's get back to here. So before I come down to make videos here, I get an email from Pete telling me what we're going to be doing. And when I got the email for today, I was very excited because we're looking at a lot of Martin guitars. It's been a while since we've had all three of these in the shop. So long that I think it must have been before I even started doing videos for Andertons. Because what we're looking at today is the O, the double O, and the treble O size guitars. Now, the three that we've got here are all part of the Martin Standard series. They're all the same price. They're all £2,999. They all come with a hard case. The specs on them are very similar, apart from the body size. So we're going to have a look at that. They've all got Sitka spruce top, mahogany back and sides, mahogany neck. The scale length on all of these is 24.9 inches. So in terms of how they feel, they've all got the same kind of neck shape and everything. In terms of how they feel, they're very similar. We're going to be looking at this to see how they sound different, because it's fairly unusual. You know, I've played all of these shapes of guitars before, but I've never had a chance to actually sit down and just play them one after the other and see how they stack up against each other and what the tonal variety are. So I'm excited about doing this. The one I was just playing there is the smallest of the three. This is the single O size. I believe this is a 13.5 inch across the lower bounce. So it's the smallest of these three guitars. I mean, we've just been tuning them up and playing them and stuff, and they just sound so nice and they're so inspiring to play. I'm a big fan of little body guitars, and these just tick so many boxes for me. So I'm just going to do some playing on them, I think, really. There's not much else I can say. I'm just going to let the guitars speak for themselves, because they're just so nice. So I'm going to start out on this one, which is the single O. If you look below in the description, you'll find timestamps, because this is a comparison video. We wanted to make sure that we had kind of side-by-side comparisons of me playing similar things, depending on how much I can remember of what I've played, right next to each other, so you can have a real kind of close comparison. Use the timestamps, that's going to be at the end. For now, I'm going to do a bit of playing, give you kind of what my impressions are of the guitars, but all of this comparison stuff's going to be there, so just check the description. Everything's going to be there. I mean, it's a treat, isn't it? It's just such a lovely guitar to play. It's a small size, so it doesn't necessarily have a huge amount of low end, but it's got enough low end, I would say. And particularly, like when you're recording or playing with a band and other musicians, sometimes having too much low end on an acoustic guitar can actually be a bit of a pain, because you kind of muddy up the mix with everything else. And using, you know, a smaller guitar can really help you cut through a mix. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful guitar. Let me do a little bit more finger picking on it, just a very tiny bit, because I just enjoy doing it so much, really. Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful little finger picker, isn't it? That's lovely. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next size up, the double O. We'll see how that sounds. All right, so this is the 0018, same wood, same scale length, all the same stuff as the single O, but a bigger body. So this one, I think it's got 14.5-inch lower bout. So you do get, you know, more low end. It's such a nice guitar to play. I'm running out of things to say about them, just because they're so fun. So I'm going to do some more playing on it, I think. You know, these are Martin guitars. They're set up as well as you would think, and the finish on them is as good as you would expect for a Martin guitar. But it is, you know, it's impeccable. That's that's what you're after when you're looking at a guitar like this. I'm going to play a little bit of strummy stuff. See if I can find any more words to say about it other than just waxing lyrical about how nice it is to play and how great it sounds in the room. So this is some strumming. Here we go. It's a great sounding strummer as well, isn't it? I mean, yeah, what a lovely guitar to play. Has got more low end, not obviously as much as you'd expect from something like a Dreadnought, but certainly quite a considerable amount more bottom end than the single O. Let's see how that stacks up against the treble O, and then we'll move on to the kind of side by side comparisons at the end. Okay, but yeah, this is a treat for me. All right, the treble O. It's the biggest of the three. I think it's just half an inch bigger across the lower bout than the double O. So it's a bit more low end, the kind of low mids. I would say it's probably the most kind of hi-fi sounding of the three because it's got that kind of slightly extended frequency range compared to the other two. Again, I mean, it's just such a lovely guitar. It sounds, the thing with these, when you get to guitars of this kind of standard, you just pick them up and they're just so inspiring. Like, it's one of those things with kind of really beautifully made kind of high-end acoustic guitars. One of my favourite things to do is just play a G chord and listen to that, because if you play this, I mean, it's just so, just that on its own. It just sounds so rich and so like wonderful already. Yeah, something else. They really are. All these three are something else. And it's interesting to compare the three small body sizes next to each other, because as I say, I've not had a chance to do that before. And the differences, considering they're relatively minor in terms of the actual size of the guitars and stuff, the difference in sound is quite phenomenal. And to be able to do it, you know, one after the other has been really nice. Which leads me on to the next section of this video. We're going to do some comparisons now, where I'm going to play the same thing on all three guitars, and we're just going to cut between them so you can really hear how they stack up against each other with no gaps and without me blabbering away in between. So let me know what you think about these three in the comments below. Make sure you click like and subscribe to be in with a chance to win that victory pedal. And yeah, it's been a lovely day for me. I'm going to do some more playing on these Martins, and I will see you soon on Acoustic Paradiso here on Andertons TV. All right. 3, 4. Okay.